Hey everyone, this is Ian with the AlphaCars and Motorcycles. I'm reporting from our Boxborough location, and as we walk towards the bike we're going to look at today, let's talk about what this is. It's a 2022 Royal Enfield Continental GT 650, and it has some very nice, tasteful accessories on it. Only has around 280 miles. It's a one-owner bike, and in this video we're going to go over the condition, some of the general kind of specifications as well, and standout features. And we're just going to learn why this Continental offers such a great value. If you're new to the channel, welcome to AlphaCars. We share daily motoring content, so definitely hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. But now let's take a closer look at this Continental. Starting out, as I mentioned, it is a one-owner bike. We originally sold this bike and installed these accessories, and the owner, they just traded it back in with us to move on to something different, try something else out. They loved the Continental, but of course Royal Enfield has so many awesome other models to try. That's what they decided to do. But now we have this bike for your consideration, and just checking out the condition, it's really, you could pretty much call it a new bike. It has, like I said, I believe 280 miles on it. We will check the odometer in 1 second. It just had its first service done. So all the usual checkups, torquing, all the specific bolts required, valve check, oil change, etc., chain tension adjustment, really going through the whole bike and making sure everything's a-okay. So that is a big value in itself. That was already done. So you could say it was really accessorized, barely ridden gently just to kind of break it in. The first service was done and now it's ready to ride. So really an awesome value there. You can see the specifics in our listing, so definitely check that out. It's linked in this video and in the description. Let's go over the accessories. We have the black tinted fly screen. Really awesome looking piece. You can see the engineering behind it, very high quality. And I like how it makes the kind of gauges look as well. It gives them kind of a surround, kind of a backing there. So that will really keep a little bit of wind off you, but more just kind of deflect, as it's called a fly screen, really just create kind of a area of uplift and air, I guess you could say, to kind of keep the bugs kind of flowing over you. It does really help with that. You will notice a lot less bug splatter on your visor. We've got the S&S slip-on exhaust. We've got the two mufflers here. These save a lot of weight over the factory mufflers, and they sound awesome as well. Not too loud, not obnoxious in any way, just a very refined kind of bark for this awesome parallel twin power plant. And we will hear that later in this video when I start it up. And finally, we have the Royal Enfield bar and mirrors. And of course, we like to go above and beyond at AlphaCars, and we cap the factory mirror holes, so it's almost like they're not even there, because of course the factory mirrors are threaded into the controls on the handlebars. But I personally love bar and mirrors. Any street bikes I've had have done bar and mirrors on them. I have a video specifically on these. I'll link that if you want to check it out and kind of also learn about bar and mirrors and the advantages they can yield. But this bike has those as well. So like I said, just a very tasteful looking bike. And of course, it already has some awesome accessories, but really the possibilities are endless. We have dozens of other accessories for these if you want to check out our online store, or discuss with us if you're interested in this and you'd like more accessories. We can talk about that as well. So now that we've learned about this specific bike and its kind of history, let me just talk about Continental GTs in general. So we've got a parallel twin, like I said, 2-cylinder, fuel injected 4-stroke, 47 horsepower, 38 foot-pounds of torque. Bikes are a lot of fun to ride, and the 6-speed gearbox, as we come around here to check out the shifter. 6-speed gearbox is silky smooth, really easy to find neutral. I've got a riding review on these on our channel, so definitely give that a look if you're interested to get my thoughts on having this out on the open road. Of course, it's air and oil cooled. We've got an external oil cooler on the front. And we've got these gorgeous looking heat fins on the cylinder jug and these the kind of heat sink fins on the header pipes as well. Really keeps the classic look and makes it very simple to maintain. No additional fluids or radiator hoses or the like, things that you have to worry about down the line of replacing or maintaining. Really just another, I really like that with these, how they kept that kind of simplicity for ease of maintenance and longevity. And the oil filter is right here in the front of the engine, so they've made it very easy to access. It's a spin-on filter, like a car style filter, although my Volkswagen uses a cartridge style filter. So I guess it just depends on the application. But anyways, very easy, kind of the easiest style oil filter, spin on. They make it very easy for you to do your own maintenance on these, which I really can appreciate that. We've got a 3.3 gallon fuel tank, and these will yield around 70 miles to the gallon. Of course, that's if you kind of ride it nicely, which these are a lot of fun to really open that throttle up. So of course that will vary depending on conditions, but with that 3.3 gallon tank, as I said, plenty of smiles per gallon, plenty of smiles between fuel stops, and less stress as well riding between fuel stops. 436 pounds, that's the wet weight, so that is the actual weight you're gonna be riding. So don't be fooled, so to speak, by like a motorcycle's dry weight, because that's without fuel, oil, brake fluid, etc. You want to know the wet weight. That's what you're actually going to be, riding and maneuvering. So 436 pounds, really kind of standard for a motorcycle this size in this spec. Suspension, we've got 4.3 inches of travel in the front, 3.4 in the rear. Once again, standard for a street bike like this. 36 spoke, 18-inch aluminum alloy rims. I love the spoked rims on these. I think they look great. I like the contrast as well. They've got the chrome spokes with the black rim there. And we've got 6.8 inches of ground clearance. So speed bumps, rough road, you don't really have to worry there about being too low. Standard ABS front and rear. Getting onto the brakes now. 320 millimeter disc in the front with a 2-piston caliper. Nice bite on these. They are easy to modulate as well. I do touch on that in my road test. And we have the drilled rotor floating design. Really a motorsport drive design that has trickled down to street bikes, so it's awesome to see it on this Continental. And really, I believe pretty much all of Royal Enfield's lineup now. We've got a single piston caliper in the rear and a 240 millimeter disc, once again drilled and floating design to keep those rotors nice and cool under heavy braking and to not give you any vibrations, keep the braking smooth as well. So 31.1 inch seat height, very approachable seat height, not intimidating, comfortable seat as well. And now let me, before I hop, put a leg over it and show you the controls. 3-year unlimited mileage warranty on these, and of course this bike being a 22 with I believe, like I said, 280 miles. Of course that just goes into effect in the bike's in-service date for when it was first purchased and ridden, but you've still got plenty of warranty left on this one. Of course, if you contact us and you're looking to purchase this, we can give you an exact kind of warranty service in date and kind of expiration date. But especially when you think about it, most manufacturers now are 1 year, maybe 2 years, and some of them have a mileage cap, some of them don't. So really industry-leading warranty, on these Royal Enfields. It really shows how much they stand behind their bikes, and they really are European quality. You will be impressed the moment you take a look at one in person and really take a close look at it. I know I'm impressed constantly by these machines as we see the lineup of them behind us, and I work around these every day. I'm always finding some new thing that I'm like, oh, that's smart, or oh, that's interesting in a good way. That really does impress me, and I speak honestly there, also being a motoring enthusiast. But now enough of me talking about that. Let's throw a leg over it. We can get an exact mileage at the date of this video. You see it does its nice gauge sweep there. Okay, 294 miles, 294.7. We see we've got a fuel gauge right above our odometer. Awesome feature on modern bikes now, I love. No checking the tank or remembering when you filled up last. You just go off of your fuel gauge like you're in your car. And I'll keep touching on the gauges for a minute here. We've got a multi-function button, so we have trip A, trip B, and back to our odometer. And then of course various lights here, neutral, oil light, battery light, or charging light, check engine light, ABS light. Let me start it up quick for you. We can hear those S&S mufflers, and you'll see when I start it, all the lights will go out except for the ABS light. That is completely normal by design. You do have to drive forward a few feet for that to go out because the ABS sensors just need to get a signal to do a self-check. So like I said, that is normal. But the fuel injection system on these are awesome. Fueling is really dialed in. So all we're gonna do, we're in neutral, like I said, we're in the run position. Let's just hit the starter. Starts right up, idles super smooth. You can see, like I said, the ABS light is still on as designed. Give a couple small revs for you. So of course the bike is cold, so I'm just gonna be nice to it and only give you those light revs out of respect for the bike and my mechanical sympathy. But you can see it just sounds awesome. And especially when you get it on the open road under load, it's a whole other animal in itself. It really, really sounds good. And now I'll quickly just touch on the controls, really just standard motorcycle controls. We've got our clutch, a nice light pull, by the way. I ride with 2 fingers on the levers and it does not tire me out. We've got our flash to pass or momentary high beam on the back here, as you would expect. Low beam's always on, that's high beam. We've got our blinkers, not self-canceling, make sure to cancel those, and our horn. And as you just saw me use, we have our kill and run switch, starter, button, front brake, and of course our throttle. And I will notice the grips are kind of like a soft touch rubber, very comfortable grips. Once again, just such a big value item in my opinion with a bike at this price point. I've tested bikes more expensive than these and the grips are almost like plastic. It hurts when you ride and you get cramps in your hands and vibrations through your arms. So like I wouldn't change these unless I was putting heated grips on the bike, which we do offer for these as well. But I just wanted to mention that. It's all the fit and finish stuff, especially, that really impresses me with these Royal Enfields. So I hope you learned something new today about this Continental. If you're interested in this specific one, just check out our online listing. It'll be very clear there whether it's still available or not. So definitely give that a visit and you'll learn that information. And feel free to leave a comment or give us a call if you have any additional questions. Give us a call at 978-263-9000. We'd be happy to talk with you about Royal Enfields or really anything motoring related. As you can see, what our showroom looks like. We are motoring enthusiasts here. So this has been Ian reporting from our Boxborough showroom. Please leave a like on this video and subscribe so then you don't miss the daily motoring content.